Yo, what's up guys? Universal Mastery. So what I do on my channel is I break down the occult sciences to a practical level so that you can take them and apply it in your day-to-day life and get real, actual results. That is the whole point of this. So what we're going to be talking about in today's video is the fourth Hermetic principle, which is the law of polarity. Stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is definitely go and check out my Patreon. Basically, what I have on my Patreon is some very exclusive videos. I think I have about like 5 very exclusive videos that are already on there right now. And I'm going to be adding an exclusive video weekly every single week that will not be on my YouTube channel. And this will be an ongoing thing. Okay, so in order to gain access to these videos, you have to at least be a tier 2. In order to be a tier 2, it is going to be $9.95 a month, which literally comes out to less than $1 a day. Do the math. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to afford that with the value that's on the Patreon. And there's a really essential video that's already on there that has everything to do with an invocation. A lot of the videos are geared towards practice, but once again, it is going to be a balanced thing on my Patreon where it's going to be a balance between practicing and entertainment, and just stuff that you can add to your, your knowledge banks. But I have a really essential video on there where I do a step-by-step breakdown video of myself performing an invocation so that you know exactly how to do that and you know exactly what you need to be successful with it. So definitely go and check that out. The link for that is going to be the first link in the description. And before I go into this video, I want to give a special shout out to the top tier members right now. Their names are going to be right below the link of the Patreon. They're going to be in parentheses. Their names are going to be right there. And I want to give a shout out to everyone who already is a Patreon. I love all of you guys so much, and I thank you for being a part of my Patreon and supporting the channel. But other than that, now I'm going into this video. So we're talking about the law of polarity, okay? So basically, this is absolutely one of the most important laws to understand and to get somewhat of a grasp on, because you will realize a lot about the journey that you're going to have to undertake in order to become your best self by understanding this specific law right here. And in all truth, you're going to have to understand all 7 laws of the Hermetics to fully get a grasp on the journey, the process of stepping into your highest self. But this one specifically, because this is the law of balance. This law means that, you have, let's use examples here. You have negative energy over here, you have positive energy over here. In nature, they are the same thing. In nature, but in angles, they are different degrees. Okay, so what exactly does that mean? That means that they, on an energetic basis, it is all the same thing. On an energetic basis, it is going to be there's nothing that you can do okay, let me make sure I word this properly. There's nothing that you can do if you are trying to become your best self, if you're trying to become a powerful person, if you're trying to become very influential, if you're trying to become magnetic, if you want to, just be the best you that you could be, there is no such thing as staying away from negative energy to become your best self. Because that energy of being your best self is in polarity to the lowest you that you could be. So follow me on this. Try and follow me on this. So this is, I want you to imagine this. This is your best self right here. This is you at your highest potential, creating the exact life that you want to live. creating the relationships that you want to have, feeling fucking amazing about everything. And then I want you to imagine on this end, this is you going to rock bottom. This is you learning about who you are from a standpoint of feeling like shit, feeling like you don't know who you are, and because you feel like you don't know who you are, it's causing you and it's forcing you to look inwards even more, figuring out, why is this happening to me? What is my true purpose, and what am I here to do? Okay? Both of these are on the same scale. And there is no approaching it from the middle ground and then just saying, oh, well, I'm going to go this way and I'm going to only experience my best self and I'm going to block out all of that negative energy. No. In order to get to your best self and experience your best self, you're going to have to shift sides on the scale, and it's going to tilt like this, right? The scale is going to tilt like this, and you're going to have to experience that level of some form of rock bottom, some form of, I'll even go as far as saying some form of depression, some form of grieving, some form of embracing your shadow, embracing the aspects of yourself that you didn't know really existed, or at least you didn't want to believe existed. Okay, you're gonna have to experience that. And once you experience that for the right amount of time, and once the changes that happen, that need to happen while you're in that state of being take place, then the scale will automatically shift, because this is the law of polarity. Remember, in nature, they are the exact same, but in degrees, they're different. So in nature, this state of being down here is the same thing as this positive energy up here. This negative energy really is the same thing as this positive energy, because they are directly connected. And once again, this is the reason why you can't just go to one side and never experience the other. So the degree is going to shift eventually, and then it's going to go up here where you are now experiencing more weight is on the side of you feeling amazing about yourself, and experiencing the best life that you could possibly experience. You know that you've made the sacrifices that you needed to make. You know that you've earned what you have. You know that you are unstoppable. You have literally walked through hell, walked through the flames, and you have risen as a phoenix. You are now a phoenix at this state. And depending on how much you've experienced that lowness, depending on how deep you've gone into your own psyche, depending on how much you truly desired to rise as that phoenix while you were feeling like shit, depending on how low you've gone and the disciplines that you've instilled in that state, that can very well transcend you from this law of polarity itself. So then you exist above the polarity scale. So you no longer have to count on, okay, you've been through the rough, then you experience, through that darkening stage. Now you're experiencing, what it's like to feel great about yourself and move in a wonderful direction and create the life that you want to create. And then, rise again as the phoenix. So let me be a little more clear with that. Everyone goes through this at some point in their life, to some degree, okay? And listen to the subconscious words that are coming out of my mouth here. To some degree. Remember, in nature they are the same, but in degrees they're different. So people go through this to some degree. I know you watching this, anyone has had a point where they have been at a low. And then from that low, they have then started to experience what it's like to feel happy. And it's amazing. And things are great for a little bit. And then that will end up fading down. And then it happens again. And it's a cycle, right? This is life. This literally is life for 99.9% of people on Earth. But remember, when you tilt that degree low enough, and I don't mean being self-destructive. I'm not talking about like like purposely like getting addicted to things and making yourself live a shitty life to experience that degree. I mean by intentions. I mean, if you set your intentions on truly being your best self, being as great as you can, and developing a connection with the universe, saying, hey, I will do whatever the fuck it takes to be this person that I see myself being, to embody this energy that I see myself embodying, to create the life that I see myself creating. If you truly believe that and you truly say that, then that degree will shift itself for you. The universe will start to work for you to create this process. It's not an easy process though. So the degree is going to shift lower than it's ever shifted before. And you will experience the lowest lows, like rock bottom, like that you probably have never experienced before. And because that degree shifted so low and then so high on the other end, then it will, when it does shift back, it can break you out of the polarity scale. And a lot of this is done, and matter of fact, most of this is done through the conscious practice of magic and through the conscious practice of, for those of you that don't really understand what that means, for the conscious practice of knowing how the tree of life works and figuring out what energies reside within that tree, because the tree is you, and then directly working with those energies to progress as best as you can throughout that process, okay? And then have as much knowledge as you can about that process, because it really, if you don't have that knowledge and you don't consciously practice magic, like knowing what you're doing, then I'm not going to say by any means that you can't achieve it. There's many people that do, and you can. And when I say many, I don't mean like, I literally don't mean like 5 out of 10. I mean like there's probably like, there's very few people on earth that have experienced what it's like to transcend that polarity scale. There's a good handful of people that have done it, but very few people do in your day-to-day society. But as I'm saying, it's good to have a conscious awareness of magic and how it works. And you know, the route I choose is black magic, because I think that's the most authentic route, because you're going to the most chaotic primordial beings. And this universe that we live in, this earth that we live on, was formed by that same primordial feminine chaos. So when you work with these beings, it's going to be a lot more powerful. It's also going to be a lot more dangerous. It's going to be a lot more intense, things of that nature. But you're going to get more out of it if you go that route. Once again, not everyone feels drawn to go that route. That was my choice. But as I'm saying, you will understand the process and you'll have a knowledge. Okay, I understand where it is that I'm at in my journey right now, and I actually understand that I need to sacrifice all this shit. And when I say sacrifice all this shit, what I mean is like, I need to give up any sort of drugs. I need to give up eating unhealthy. I need to give up, you know, you could say masturbation as a man, as you know, me being a man, you know, that's where a lot of testosterone is. And at this point in my development, and I'm being honest with you guys right now where I'm at, I need to just not do that anymore, because that energy in me needs to cultivate to push me to the next level. And that's a very powerful thing, to let that energy cultivate, and it strengthens willpower. And there's a lot of benefits that can come from that. You can look up videos right now like on NoFap on YouTube and just see how people talk about it. But there are going to be times where, you know, masturbation or having, you know, sex is going to be very important for you too. You know, we're talking about the law of polarity here. But yeah, I mean, but there's a lot of guys and there's a lot of people out there in general, guys and girls, that don't have willpower to give up things that they really want to have in their life, because it gives them that sense of comfort. And I mean, a lot of people do not have what it takes to give up things. Like, imagine something that's really close to you right now, whether it be a friendship, whether it be a substance that you do, or a place that you go to have that substance to socialize, whether it be a certain video game that you're playing all the time, whatever the fuck it is. Do you really have what it takes to give that shit up? And what if I said that, see, this is the difference. Do you have what it takes to give that shit up? You may say yes, you may say no. What if I said, you will never become what you see yourself being? You will never reach that goal if you do not give that up right now, today. Would you still do it? Would you still do that substance? Would you still hang out with that person? Would you still go to that social gathering that, you know, you feel like you just should probably stay away from for the time being? Would you do it? or would you continue to go and choose to not reach that highest potential that you have? That is the types of choices that you're going to have to make. And when you consciously work with magic and you consciously work with spirits that guide you through those specific processes of that development, they will tell you things like that. The spirits will tell you things like, you need to let go of this right now. Like, to get to the next level, to rise as a phoenix, this is what you have to do. Like, you've got to go confront this person that you've been terrified of. I've done that so many, I can't even tell you how many times I've done that. I've confronted people that it was, like, in reality, it could have been dangerous. Like, I've come face to face with people that you could say was very confrontational just because I was led to do that, and it taught me something about myself. It taught me that I'm fearless, because I would always ask, like, I want to be fearless, I want to be fearless. And I've confronted people triple my size, and not on a friendly level either, like on a level where it's like, hey, look, this is what I believe, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to offend me or you're going to try and come against me purposely, intentfully, then I will throw down with you right now. I will be the worst enemy you've ever had in your life. And that is the kind of energy that I had to bring during those trials of my during those trials of my growth. But right now where I'm at, it's not so much that, it's more letting go of certain aspects of myself and realizing the other end of the polarity of what I'm not most comfortable experiencing. And I'm talking about my own growth right now. It's like, I'm a very naturally powerful person. Okay, I don't know if you guys can feel the explosive energy that I have naturally with me, very fiery. But it's just a natural part of who I am, and I have a good sense of self, meaning no matter what happens, no matter what goes down, I have a sense of, like, knowing that I'm gonna do something, and I'm doing something massive. It's just this embedded understanding within me that knows I'm doing something massive and I'm going to impact the fucking world. I can feel it. I felt it for a long time. I've had experiences that led me to feeling it using the law of correspondence. And it's really what I'm guided to do. And I know that about me, but right now it's like I'm experiencing the lowest of the lows. I'm experiencing what it's like connecting with a lot of people that don't have shit. I'm experiencing what it's like connecting with people that don't have purpose in their life, and really understanding that lower side of that polarity that I'm used to existing on. And it's not easy, but it's part of the process, and that's how you balance out, that's how you essentially understand both polarities. So you could say I'm going down like this at an angle, and there's things that I'm sacrificing. The more I sacrifice, the lower I go, and then it's going to shoot me up and essentially reach apotheosis. But this is the law of polarity, guys. I want to leave it there. I definitely hope you could get a lot out of this. I hope you could resonate a lot of what my experience is and what I shared with you from this video to your own experience and to your own life, and see it from your own perspective. But this is the principle, the law of polarity. So I definitely I'm glad that I said this. I'm definitely glad I'm making these videos on the principles, because I know that this is going to be very valuable for a lot of people. And once again, these principles govern everything. They are so important. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm going to end it here. Hit that thumbs up button. It's going to be right down there. Hit that thumbs up button. Then go over here, go down there, hit the subscribe button. Really quick, just hit that subscribe button. Go above it, hit the notification bell, because I'm posting videos as often as I can. Once again, make sure you go and check out the Patreon. It's going to be the first link in the description. First link in the description, that's where the Patreon is. Second link is going to take you to the Streamlabs page, where you can place your own order for a Hecate sigil shirt. Very powerful symbol on a shirt. You place your order, they will ship it right to your door. Then go down to the last link. That's going to be the third link below. That's going to take you to the Facebook community. You click that link, it'll take you to the Facebook community front page. Then right there, you're going to see a pinned post that says private group. Click that pinned post. It'll request you to join the private group, so make sure you request to join. Then I'll go on there and I will add you in. The goal is to get a bunch of like-minded people together so that we can come to some mind-blowing realizations together. But other than that, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.